Laker fans, before we get into today's show, I want to let you know that it is brought to you by My TV Choice. The NBA regular season is in full swing, and we know that you don't want to be watching commercials during your NBA games, so go to chatsports.com/mytv, download the My TV Choice app, and you can skip through those commercial breaks by watching great Chat Sports videos instead of the commercials all season long. Again, that's chatsports.com/mytv. Skip right through those commercials with My TV Choice. All right, Laker fans, the Los Angeles Lakers had their home opener, well, not home opener, but season opener against the Los Angeles Clippers on Tuesday night. Unfortunately, they lost the game by 10 points, 112-102. Kawhi Leonard led the way for the Clippers with 30 points, and really, the fourth quarter is where it all came crashing down for the Lakers. They lost the fourth quarter by 10 points alone, 27-17. This was the starting five that Frank Vogel rolled out there last night. Avery Bradley, Danny Green, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and JaVale McGee. The Clippers starting five, on the other hand, Patrick Beverley, Landry Shamet, Kawhi Leonard, of course, Patrick Patterson starting because Paul George is not there, and then Ivica Zubac's in there as well at the center position, even though he didn't get that much playing time. Now, before we get into my breakdown of the game, I want you to grade the Lakers' play in that first game. Obviously, they lost, so we can't give them an A. But I'd say it's a solid B-. I mean, you lose the game, you can't go that high, but they played a really, really good game against a really, really good team in the Los Angeles Clippers. There were just some things that need to be patched up in the fourth quarter was really the biggest thing. It's what it came down to, and it was all due to some of the winners and losers from this game. Let's break down first the three big winners for the Lakers in this game. I've got LeBron James, Danny Green, and Anthony Davis. I know these are the pretty obvious ones. They're the three best players on the team right now, but let's get into it and why I have them as the big winners. LeBron James, of course, ran the point guard position for the Lakers as Frank Vogel said that he would. He wasn't lying. He handled the ball, and he handled it really, really well. Plus, the entire time that he was out there, he was defended by Kawhi Leonard, the best perimeter defender in the league right now. So you got to give the guy, props for doing what he did. It's LeBron James, and he still puts up the big numbers, a near triple-double. He looked like a man on a mission. That is one of the biggest things that I noticed right out of the gate. LeBron James came out there like he had something to prove after missing a lot of last season. He looked really good, he looked really sharp, and he looked really, really focused. Let's get into his stat line from last night. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, only 37% from the field. It wasn't a great shooting night for the King, but good enough. Not good enough to win the game, but still a really, really good game overall for LeBron. Look, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. That's a nearly the stat line I expect every single night from LeBron. Maybe a few more points, but this guy's going to be a triple-double machine. He's got the ball in his hands. He's just the maestro of the offense. He's running it all game long. He's going to be able to get the assists. He's big enough to just power in there and get the rebounds as well. I liked what I saw from LeBron. I expect big things out of him this year, and he showed big things in night one. Now, here's a pretty simple question, but I'm going to ask it anyways because some people may disagree. Should LeBron James handle the ball all the time for the Lakers? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Really, my two options here should be type Y for yes or type A for absolutely, because there's no doubt about it, LeBron James knows how to run this offense. I did like what Frank Vogel did, though, when he took him off the floor and putting Quinn Cook in as the point guard behind LeBron James to handle it. But let me know what you guys think about LeBron being the ball handler in the comments section. Let's get into the second big winner. Honestly, maybe the biggest winner of them all for the Lakers. It was Danny Green. He looked like the clear-cut third best player on this team. Really, last night, he looked like the best player when it comes to the offensive end. He had a huge third quarter shooting threes. He just looked lights out. I mean, he could not miss from beyond the three-point arc. And he played really good perimeter defense, which is what we're accustomed to seeing from Danny Green. The guy's a monster on the defensive end. He's an even better three-point shooter. One interesting note as we look at his stat line here, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 78% from 3 last night. The interesting note here, 28 points. That is the most points ever scored by a Los Angeles Laker in the opening night of the NBA. That includes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that includes Magic Johnson, that includes Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron. All the great Lakers, Danny Green scored the most on opening night with 28 points. Look, Danny Green is here to stay. He's going to be a huge part of this offense. I think that was one of the most underrated signings of the offseason, and good for the Lakers for being patient to go and get him, because he clearly is already making a huge impact. And when he doesn't have to be the absolute third option on this team, when Kyle Kuzma comes back, he's going to be even better. So I got a question, Laker fans. Who will be the Lakers' third best player by the end of the season? Come playoff time, come finals time, will it be Danny Green or will it be Kyle Kuzma? Type DG for Danny Green, type K for Kyle Kuzma. Now let's get into the third winner. It's Anthony Davis. Look, he couldn't be stopped on the inside. He looked like the dominant big man that he is, the top 5 player that he is in this league. He created problems down low on the defensive end. That was one thing that stuck out to me right away. If you drove on him, you knew there was going to be a problem. He was going to protect the rim at all costs. Another thing, I think arguably the most impressive thing, because it doesn't show up in the stat line, is that Anthony Davis made the hustle plays that really, really mattered in the middle of the game. I love what I saw from AD. 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocked shots. A great stat line from Anthony Davis. Now, Laker fans, I told you at the top of the show, this one is brought to you by MyTV Choice. That's right. Go to chatsports.com/MyTV, and you'll get to skip through all the commercials during the Lakers games. I know we had to sit through all of them. There were so many random commercials that I got so tired of seeing. But with MyTV Choice, you don't have to watch those. You download the app, and instead of watching the commercials, you're watching Chat Sports videos during the commercial break. That's chatsports.com/MyTV. Go get that app today. Now, the Lakers did lose the game, so obviously there are going to be 3 big losers that I had to choose here. And it might shock you who's on this list, because we just talked about him as a winner. Anthony Davis. That's right. Look, I'm going with his shooting. We'll get into him in just a second. The other big loser I had, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, probably the biggest loser of them all. And then Dwight Howard, who wasn't that big of a loser, but we'll talk a little bit more about him in a minute. Let's talk about Anthony Davis. Overall, a good game. I'm not going to just get down on his game at all. What I am getting down on is Anthony Davis's shooting performance. It was not a good night for AD. He attempted 2 3-pointers. He missed both of them. 7 of his 9 made shots came within the restricted area. So really what a big man should be doing, but not a modern day big man. He attempted 9 shots outside of the paint, and he only made 1 of those. He only made 1 mid-range jump shot. So not what you want to see out of a guy who's claimed to be a stretch 4, stretch 5 in the NBA. He needs to be shooting better than this, and he just didn't show it last night that he can do it consistently. Now, first game, knocking some rust off, getting your feet under you in the regular season. I think he'll be fine, but last night it did not look good for Anthony Davis shooting the ball. This is a really big question that was kind of weighing on me after the game. How many 3-pointers does Anthony Davis need to average per game this year during the season? Look, if the Lakers want to make a run, I think AD's got to be able to make at least 1 or 2 per game, because you got to be versatile in this league, and that's what AD needs to be. You can't just have 2 guys making threes anymore on the floor. Danny Green, LeBron, that's consistent. You need AD to consistently make those. So let me know in the comment section, how many threes per game does AD need to average throughout the season? Let's get into the second biggest loser. Actually, scratch that. The biggest loser of them all. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope looked absolutely terrible in this game last night for the Lakers. He somehow managed to play 27 minutes in this game. Frank Vogel let him play for 27 minutes. He didn't make a single 3-pointer, and he was -9 on the night. He just looked absolutely awful, made bonehead mistakes, couldn't make a shot, 0 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 fouls. He had more fouls than he did points, rebounds, or assists. I mean, not a good game for KCP. I was looking on Lakers Twitter last night. I already saw people saying, hey, let's cut him and go get Andre Iguodala. Let's cut him and go get a different wing. I didn't like what I saw from him. I'm not ready to say cut the guy, but it was not a pretty night from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. A guy who's supposed to be a 3-and-D player couldn't even make a 3-point shot and didn't make an impact on the defensive end either. Now, let's get into one more guy, Dwight Howard. Of course, the newly signed Dwight Howard, the number 39 Dwight Howard with the new haircut. He really just didn't look that good. That's just the easiest way I can say it. JaVale McGee looked pretty good as a starting center. Dwight Howard didn't look good as a backup center. He got bullied around down low. I know he had a good amount of rebounds in the limited amount of time he played, but those rebounds were off easily missed shots, not ones that he was fighting for. When he had to fight for them down low, he wasn't getting the rebounds. He got into foul trouble in just the few minutes that he played and really didn't make that big of an impact on either end of the floor. I didn't like what I saw. He hustled a little bit. He had one really nice dunk, and that was the only field goal he made. His stats for the night: 3 points, 6 rebounds, 4 fouls, all in just 19 minutes. The biggest problem I had, and I said at the top of this part of the show, is that he just got bullied around. I mean, he just got pushed around in the paint, and you can't be pushed around if you're that big, that strong, and you're the backup big man that Dwight Howard is. I gotta put him as one of my biggest losers for the Lakers. Now, have no fear, Lakers fans. I know it was just the first game. We're not going to read too much into it. We're not going to freak out because they lost to one of the, if not the best team in the Western Conference. They got 3 games coming up. October 25th, they play the Utah Jazz. October 27th, the Charlotte Hornets. And October 29th, the Memphis Grizzlies. All of these coming in Los Angeles. Now, Utah, that's a good team. The Charlotte Hornets, probably one of the worst teams in basketball this year, and the Memphis Grizzlies also going to be tanking out the season. So now I want you to predict the record over the next 3 games for the LA Lakers. Are you going to go 2-1, 3-0? I don't think you can give them more than 1 loss. I'm actually going to say 3-0. I think they win Utah, Charlotte, and Memphis. I think they'll beat all of those teams. But let me know your record prediction for those 3 games in the comment section below. As you're doing that, as you're typing in that record, I want to remind you to go to chatsports.com/mytv. Download that MyTV Choice app. So during those 3 games, you don't have to watch commercials. You can get right through them with the MyTV Choice app. Again, that's chatsports.com/mytv. One of my favorite apps to use during the NBA season so that I don't have to watch all the stupid commercials. Thank you, Laker fans, and I'll see you next time.